Hey guys, welcome to Postman API testing. This is Shurful. In this lecture we're going to learn how to run your Postman collection or request through Jenkins. So in our last lecture we have seen how to run your collection through command prompt or terminal. In this lecture we're going to see the same collection, how we can run through the Jenkins. So what is Jenkins? So Jenkins is a self-contained open source automation server which can be used to automate all different sorts of tasks, to build your code, to test it and deliver or deploying your software. So Jenkins can be installed through native system packages, through Docker, or even through standalone by any machine with a Java Runtime Environment installed. So Jenkins is a completely DevOps or CI/CD tools. Now if you don't know what is CI/CD, I have a separate very high level video in regard CI/CD. Please check the below the details. There will be link up there. You can use that and you can see or you can have the idea about the CI/CD. That's the whole different topic, and I don't want to bring that over here to prolong our tutorial. So anyways, so Jenkins, through the Jenkins, you can install the Jenkins and run your collection from the Docker, or even standalone in your own machine, in your local machine, as long as you have a Java install or Java Runtime Environment on your machine. It will work on your local machine too. So let's see that how we can install and configure Jenkins in Windows machine. So to install, it is very simple. It's not complicated. Here is the steps. I give you each and every step that you need to follow. So first of all, this is a prerequisite. You need to have at least Java 11 or 17 for the Jenkins version 2.357. This is one of the latest version. Okay, so this is the minimum requirement, that you need at least Java 11. If you don't have Java 11 or 17, please install first so that you have the Java JDK 11, and also along with that there will be JRE, because Jenkins is built on Java, so it needs the Java environment, runtime Java environment to run this if you want to run the Jenkins on your local machine. So that's the first things. I hope that you already know how to install the Java. Just search Google, check first on your machine if you have, whether you have a Java or not. If you have, or you can check that what version. So go to your command prompt or your terminal and just type over here Java space dash version, and then it will tell you what Java version you have. Like for me, I have 11. So check first. If you don't have, or if you have a different version, maybe you have a 12 or 13. So make sure that to run Jenkins you need 11 or 17. Okay, so if you have a different version, uninstall it and then install the 11 or 17. Okay, so that's the first things. Now you can download the Jenkins in your local machine. So in your local machine we're going to run Jenkins server as a standalone server. Okay, this is the steps for over here, or you can follow this link. So just go to Google, just go to the Google and type over here download Jenkins. So go to their official website, Jenkins.io, and you can see over here, from here, let me make it a little bit bigger. So from over here, you can download Jenkins.war file. Okay, this will work. This will install on your machine. Through this war file, you can run a Jenkins standalone server. Okay, so you can download, simply just download this file. This is just one simple .war file. There's nothing else. Okay, and then place anywhere, wherever you feel it's safe. For myself example, I have a folder, it's called Selenium, and over here you can see sorry, I have a Selenium, I have a folder. So in one of the folder I place this you will see this there is a Jenkins war file. So this is the Jenkins.war file. Simply just make sure you know that exactly where this file is, in a place somewhere you can remember it, nothing else. So go back to our doc. So this is our doc. You can find this doc in our official website. Go to codeinboxautomationlab.com, and if you search this API, just an API or Postman, it will give you this article, this blog, and it has all the steps. I will also share the link below in the description, no worries. So after you download this Jenkins, and then over here the next is like get the root directory path of your war file. So that's why I told you that you have to know exactly where you place that war file. This is nothing that you are going to install. It is just simply that war file. Example I have in this place. This is my root directory in my system. Okay, so you need to be, and next is go to weather terminal if you use a Mac, or command prompt, and then you type the cd or sudo, and go to the root directory path where you have this Jenkins files. Okay, so for my case this is over here. I have the Jenkins files right over here. So in a Windows machine, very easy or simple way you can be in this root directory path. If you just place in click on your over here on the address bar and just type cmd, it will open your command prompt exactly this following that root directory. You see I'm directly in over here. Or you can just go to the cd, then you can go to the user, then again cd, another folder. So you follow the path. Okay, so make sure you are in that root directory file where path where you have the Jenkins. Okay, that's what you need to be. This is up to you, whatever the way you can follow to be there. Next is, you can see over here, type java dash jar, and then space Jenkins .war. So it means I'm going to call this Jenkins.war file, because right now I'm in this same root directory file. So in this file, in this root directory, I have the Jenkins file. So I'm I'm calling that file. I'm going to execute. So hit enter, and then you will see it will start to run. This is called the Jenkins server. It will start through this Jenkins.war file. This you can run your Jenkins server. So this is your server. Okay, and it will run through a specific port, whatever port is free. Mostly it's 8080 is the port. Okay, so let it go, and then so how do you understand, how do you know that when it's done, it's ready? You can see, you wait until at the very last line you will see Java is fully up and running. So wait for this message. As soon as you see this message, it means the server is fully up and running, it's ready to go. Okay, but it's the first time, first times when you are going to start this server, you will find before this message, at the middle somewhere, you will find something, you will find something, a message, something like that. Let me make it more bigger. Okay, you will find something like this. You can say confirm to see auto generated password. So you will see there will be password will create with this kind of message between the two start, between these two start line, two sets of asterisk line, you will find there will be password. It's a long password with alphanumeric, and it is auto generated, and it will create first time. It will not create for me, since I already already install and I already open my account, create my account. That's why it doesn't show. But in your case, when you're going to first time you're going to install or run the server, and you have to open the Jenkins account. So to do this, it will give you this password. So copy that, make sure you copy that password and store somewhere. Maybe it's a notepad, place it up there and save it, because we'll need this password just within a few seconds. Okay, so after that, that's what I say. Confirm to see message in the command prompt at the very end. You will see also Java is fully up and running. So you have the password and you have this message. Pretty good. Now you have to unlock the Jenkins. It means like the Jenkins UI look. So to do this, you will go to your browser and then just type over here localhost colon 8080. It means your Jenkins server is running through the 8080 port. That's a default, and so you can get the UI look of the Jenkins like this, pinging that port, because your Jenkins is sitting on that port. So hit enter and make sure don't close your server. Okay, this server, it means this command prompt or your terminal, don't close it. As long as you want to work on Jenkins UI, Jenkins account, you have to keep open that server. You can minimize it, but don't close it. Okay, so this is your home page will come, but in your case it will not tell you that this is not the screen. It will, because I have already account, that's why it's actually giving username password. But for your case, you haven't registered, you haven't opened your account yet. For your case, it will be something, it will ask you after you do this. So it will give you this window will come up. This window will come up, unlock Jenkins. So and over there will be in the field, you can see it will asking you administrator password. So this is the password that over here what shows. So please copy that password and place it up there and click and continue. Okay, click and continue. So on the unlock Jenkins page, paste, that's what I already also given you the instruction. And then after that you will create an admin user and a password. So it will be the new username. So whatever the username, you can remember it. So this will be your new user login username or credential and password. You are going to create a username and password. Okay, and click on continue and finish it. So make sure that you remember the username and password. Moving forward, you have to use this username and password over there. Right, it will come over here and then you will enter username and password. So you need that username and password which just been created. Okay, so after you unlock the Jenkins, there will be option, that the customized Jenkins page will appear. Here you can install number of plugins if you know what plugins you need, or you can do it later on. You can install any plugins that you need when you're going to use the Jenkins. So it will give you the one option. There will be two options. One is like install plugins, suggested plugin. Another one, select plugins. So if you use this one, select plugins, to install the plugins right away, that time. Or if you just select this one, install suggested plugin, so it will be select automatically the plugins like Jenkins suggested as the default. So I would say go for this one, because later on if you need any plugin for any project, you can install inside the account. So I would say go for this. So select this one, then it will install some of the plugins as the default it comes by the or suggested by the Jenkins. And after that, finally it will show you this welcome screen, and here you are going to enter your username and the password. Okay, so let me log into my account. So after you log in, there will be, it will show you welcome screen, also your dashboard. This is your screen, but I have some of the project. So here is my view of the project. In your case, there will be nothing. On the left side, all the navigation is the different things to do you will have, but over here there will be nothing. Okay, so this is your dashboard, and here you will see you can invite more people. You can see that if you did any build, it will show your build history, your project. There's a manage Jenkins. If you click on the manage Jenkins, okay, it will give you. So let's click on there. Here is a lot of options. You can do some global configuration, for different project. Like if you have a Maven project, you have a Gradle project, so there is some global configuration you need over here, so that you can confirm like your requirement, like the Java, what Java version you need. You can set up all those things up there. And here is a manage Jenkins, so manage plugins. Through this, if you go, if you need any plugin, for now or even in future, you can install, you can search, and you can install any plugin from there. So anyways, this is not the, I don't want to go for more details, because for running the collection from the Postman, we don't need any plugin for now. But this is the place you can install any plugin. You can find any plugin, whatever you need for your future project. Okay, so this is over here. So let's go back to our so we are following the instruction over here. So finally we're logged into the Jenkins account. Just FYI, if you are using Mac, here is the install and configure Jenkins in Mac OS. If you just click on the link, it will take to the exactly the same process, but still I give you the link up there. If you just open it and follow, whoever have the Mac, you can follow this. You can follow this. The install Jenkins TLS on a Mac. So TLS is like a, you can use that similar like a WAR file, Jenkins WAR file, and here is the the post installation wizard. So exactly the same screenshot. You can see it will give you the a password, similar like a password, and you need that password over here to create your own password. And so it's pretty much the same process, but it's still, I added that link so that if you want to follow, if you are using a Mac OS, okay, just do it. So make sure your Jenkins is up and running, the server is running, and you are able to log into the account. And after that, log into your Jenkins account. Here is the create Jenkins jobs to run Postman collection. Now we're going to see that how we can create a job or item or project so that it can communicate, it can talk with our Postman collection, and then how we can run the project. Okay, so here is I put all the instruction over here. Okay, so before I go to moving forward to show you over here what to do, before I go, so let's open our Postman. So in our last lecture, you have seen that you can if you have a collection, you can export, you can share, or you can run your collection through the command prompt, right? You can run your so how to do this? You can export if you click on three dot over here, and there is an export option, and then click on export. So it will ask you where you want to export. Click on export, and then you can export anywhere, right? Any place. So then it will be export as a JSON file. So I can show you that I already did our last class or last lecture. Let me show you. Here we go. You can see the demo API testing. This is the Postman collection. So this is the a JSON file, and this is the JSON file about my this collection. For this collection, after I export it, it's exported on JSON file. So I know that exactly where it is. So we can run this collection, this JSON file, through the command prompt. We have seen that in our last lecture. If you haven't gone through, please go through that lecture so you know that how to run the collection from your local machine through the command prompt. But anyways, so exactly the same, you can, after you export your collection on your local machine, so this JSON file, your related JSON file for related with your collection, you can run this file from the Jenkins too. So we'll see that part, as well as we have seen in our last class too, that you can share your collection with your coworker, with anyone else who can run your collection remotely. How to do this? If you just click on after you click on share, click on via API and copy this the API link, and then just you can share this link with your coworker, anyone, and they can they can execute your collection using that API link. And we have seen in our last lecture, so exactly the same way you can run your collection using that shared link through the Jenkins 2. So let me copy this, link to. So I have copied this shared API link. Okay, so I can show you both. The one is like how we can run our JSON file from our local machine through the Jenkins, and also how we can use this shared API link, right? This link for this collection, how we can use this link to also run through the Jenkins. So I have both. So let's minimize this, go back to our Jenkins. So first things we need, click on new item. So we have to, in Jenkins, you have to create a new item. It's called job. So for each and every project that you want to sync, you want to make a link with your project, and you want to run that project through the Jenkins against that project, according to that project, you need to create an item which is called job. So you can create a job over here. Okay, so I will give a name demo. Say, let's give a name demo API testing. Demo API testing. Okay, so this is my job name I give. Okay, and then select freestyle project. This is not a Maven project, so we're going to use this freestyle project. So freestyle project is like a template. It works for any type of projects, whether Maven project, Gradle project, any type of. So we're going to use the freestyle project. Click on OK after we select this one. Okay. So here we go. So this is the configuration page for this specific project job we have been created. Okay, here you can put some description. It's pretty good. Here nothing, our source is not in Git, or okay, over here nothing, we're not going to do anything. Build environment, there's nothing over here. Build steps, we'll go build steps. Let's see, for the build steps over here, we can select over here execute Windows batch command. So since if you're running your Postman from the Windows machine, so select this one, but if you're running from the Mac machine, then you will select this one, execute shell. Okay, so since we're doing for the Windows, so here is that I'm going to select this one, execute Windows batch command. So over here it will open a new box, field text. Over here we have to write script. A script means it's like how we're going to execute. So we're going to execute, remember that we executed last time, we execute through the Newman. In our last lecture, if you remember that, to run our JSON file for our collection, like this JSON file for our collection, through the command line we did a command like Newman run, and then after that it was a the root directory path of the API, right? Root directory path of the API for collection, and then it will run, right? And so the similar things we're going to do. So let me just write the same code over here. So first we're going to do, okay, let me see that where is the file is located. Okay, so you need the root directory path of the file. Okay, so this is the file. Okay, properties. So here is the location. So you copy the location, then cancel it. Okay, so minimize it. So we're going to use the Newman. Okay, so let's get back to over here. We'll say Newman run, Newman run, and this is the root directory path of your the folder, like where this file is located. And inside that, you have to give exactly the same name, right? So what's the file name? Copy the file name. So I will get the copy. So this is the path, right, where the folder file is located. This is the folder up until here, right? And then over here, this is the file name, so you have to copy the file name too. So rename it so that you can copy the file name. So copy the file name, and then after that you place it over here, file name, and then .json, right? So because this is the JSON file, right? So pretty much that's it. After that you can just save it and apply it. So here is your project, like your project or your job is over here, like demo API testing. And then now I can just click on build. So here is the build button. Click on build. Let's see what happened. Okay, you can see over here it started to execute, is running. And here from the drop down you can just see here if you see the green check, you can see that it says success, the console output. You can see it means it's passed, it was executed. It didn't take that long. Okay, so you can see console out over here. If you click on console output, it will give you some of the output. Okay, here you can see the build a system, so run by your name. So, and this is the workspace where exactly that file is. It means the workspace up here. And then this is the your collection name, demo API testing. And then it says like okay 200. So there is a sum of the test cases. It's a valid status code. If you remember that each and every request we had a number of test cases we wrote before, right? So valid status code, validations, request body, and then blah blah blah, right? Here is each and every request. This is the number of test cases, right? Number of test cases for this. This is another get, and this is the put request. But you will see that there is some of the you can see some of the string is something like we don't understand what is this. So this is called Unicode. Okay, this is Unicode. This is a specific symbol that is not easy to understand. So, and also you can see this looks like this, right? So there's nothing, we don't understand that. To avoid that, how we can translate that Unicode to the to a simple English translation. To do this, go back to our let's go over here, our project. So go back to the project, then click on configure again, and come back to the script where we wrote. So that's why, and over there we'll add something. That's why if you follow my instruction over here, I said this is the code over here, the script Newman run, and over here dash disable Unicode. So I'm saying that disable the Unicode, and then this is the path of this is the first I'm doing this, running the JSON file from my local machine. So this is the one I'm doing, and I will show you this one too, how you can use the share API link too. So use this, add this line in your command in your script, the disable Unicode, so that it disable Unicode. So after the Newman run, come over here, space, add, okay, make sure you have dash then disable, then dash Unicode. Okay, Unicode, right? So, and after that save it again and apply, come back again, and then now run it, build it again. Click on build now. So there's a second build is started. You can see the console output. Oh, it's failed, unable to read the data file. Okay, Unicode. So I think it was not the command was not right. So let's go back to again. Let's see this, what was that. Okay, let's see once again. To me it looks good. Make sure after the run there is a space, then dash disable, then another dash Unicode, right? So it looks good to me. Just apply and save again. Let's come back again and let's do the build now. Sometimes it's a server is busy, it's when it's you change. Okay, you can see now it's passed, right? So if you go to the console output, let's see. Now we can see there is no more that unreadable code or what, right? So you can see over here, it looks good to me. So this is your collection name. So this is the first, this is our get request, and then this is the API endpoint. So here is the 200 status, okay, and how long it took, right? And this is the 3 test cases we have, right? 3 test cases. We have the valid status code, valid the response body, and also valid page number, right? Just let me show you very quick. If you go over here, so this is the project was like our collection. So if you go there, so this is the one, right? And then if you go our test cases, and here is the 3 test cases we have. So number 1, like valid status code, the valid response body, and also the valid page number, right? I hope that we did it in our last the couple of the tutorials. So please go through those tutorials so that you can have the very clear idea about this, how we created this to get request, how we did this post request, and then put request, eventually delete request too. So I'm hoping that you have the full knowledge about this the project, because I don't want to go back to that create another project and prolong this video. So here, come over here, the next one is like another get one, and this is 3 test cases, all are passed, and another one is this is the put, and this is the 3 test cases, right? And this over here, this another post, right? Another sorry, it was the post, and then this is the put, right? And this is the delete, and you can see all together over here, this is kind of like report, right? So iteration was 1 iteration, 1 execution, and the request was 7 requests, right? Test script 7, and the prerequisite none, and assertion, it means test cases total 18, and all of them are passed, no fail, and total run duration, this is the 2.2 seconds, right? So this is and also the final report is success, right? So this is the way you can run your collection, which is in your local machine, like your exported collection in JSON format, and still you can talk to that file and you can run through your Jenkins. So this is one way, right? So similarly, like we saw that we can run through the command prompt your JSON file for your collection, as well as you can share the link. So the link is we know that for this project, if you go back to over here, right, if you go back to over there, and then again share, then via API copy this, so we can use this link for this project, which is represent this project, and also we can create another we can easily run your collection through that link also without the file. So very simple. We can go back to same, let's go over here. So this is our project. Let's go back to the configure. I will just update the same place. Okay, go back all the way, build steps. Here we'll keep as it is, new main run, and this part is, so instead of, this is the local root directory path for our file, right? Instead of that, I will remove this. I will paste that, you can see HTTP, this is the link, right, which is the shared by a API link for that collection. So you just place this one up here and apply, and then save it, and then let's build it again. Here we go, build number 5. You can see, let's go to the console output so we can see it. Here's the console, it's success, you can see it's success. Okay, you can see all of them exactly the same collection we ran, total assertion 18, none of them fail, exactly, all of them are passed, like exactly the same report we have seen that when you ran this JSON file from the local machine. Okay, so either any one of them. So either you can do it by your own if you want to run your project, export the file, JSON file, and you can run through the Jenkins, or you can give it to someone else, right? You can just build this job using your API link, and whoever have the access, like your coworker, teammate who have the access in Jenkins, they can come and they can just go to the dashboard, and they will see there is a project already created, there is a job already project created, like demo API. So they can run it and they can just see that in the report wherever. So it will run on the Postman cloud, right? So it will run on Postman cloud, so you don't have to worry about that, right? The other configuration. So so anybody can run from anywhere as long as they have the Jenkins the access. So pretty much that's all. That's the way you can run your collection through the Jenkins. I hope that it was helped, and this is pretty much into overall the idea, the API testing through the Postman. Please share, like, and subscribe. Have a good one. Bye bye.